Hey, Mike here, Northwest School of Fly Fishing, the old fish hobo, and I'm on the South Fork of the Payette River. I'm about an hour from where I live on a comfortable drive, and I'm fishing a section of the South Fork Payette. The South Fork of the Payette River is, how shall I say, probably one of the most underfished, overlooked rivers in the Northwest, certainly in southwest Idaho. It's a wonderful fishery. It's 54 miles of road, highway and road, easy access, and there's trout all over, up and down the river. And as of today, all day long, I haven't seen a single fly fisherman on the river. Just myself in the river. But I'm doing a couple different things on the river. I'm going down to each section that I fish, I'm going down with two rods. One is a dry fly rod, and it has on this dry fly rod, it's a 4-weight, and I have a size 16 annihilator, which is an attractor dry fly. And then on my nymph rod, I have a San Juan worm, red, and I have a green caddis larva. Some would call it a green rock worm, size 16. And the strategy on my part is the river's a little high still. They haven't dropped any of the rivers, so I have some artificial water going in there, but that is a freestone river, and I'm coming down with two rods, and I'm going to be able to dry fly fish the section I'm standing in, and then I'm going to be able to nymph fish that same section. So the strategy is to walk down, find a nice stretch that I want to fish, work the dry fly first, see if I can catch any fish, and when I'm all done working that section of the dry fly, I simply set it down, pick up my nymph rod, and within seconds, I'm now nymphing that same section of the river. And I'm able to catch fish both on a dry fly and on a nymph. And that's what you can do in rivers, especially freestone rivers. If I was fishing with a partner and we were both dry fly fishing, we would have to hopscotch each other. We cannot dry fly fish water that my partner has just dry fly fished. It's vice versa. However, if my partner is dry fly fishing and I'm nymph fishing, then we are peas and carrots. We can go down the river just in tandem. So the benefit is I'm not switching my fly rod out, and I'm not changing leaders. I'm not changing flies. I'm not doing all that stuff. I'm not that far from the truck. I've just walked down from my truck to the river I'm going to fish, maybe 20 feet down, and I've taken both rods down. I chose to start out with a dry fly rod. I set my nymph rod down, and I go out in the river, and I'm doing my thing with my dry fly rod, catching some fish that way. And when it just seems to have settled to where the fish are wise to me, I just walk to shore, set my dry fly rod down, pick up my nymph rod, and I begin the same thing all over again. Now I'm fishing a 4-mile section of this river, and the strategy on my part is to work that 4 miles and then turn around and drive back to where I started and do it again. And I can just do that all day long if I wanted to. That prevents me from having to drive all the way up the river, finding all these spots. I'm just in this one 4-mile section, not too far from Banks, Idaho. I can do that in one section if I want to. I can take my chair down, coffee cup, or my lunch in an ice box. I can set it down on the river and grab my dry fly rods, do the dry fly rod, do the nymph rod. When I'm all done, I can just walk to shore, put my rods up against a tree, sit down in my chair, enjoy my coffee, give it a 25-minute break. If I'm with a partner, talk about politics, and then I guess it's time to get back out on the river and start the whole thing all over again. The South Fork Payette River is a great spring and late summer river. I'd highly recommend that you fish it because it's going to turn off here probably into September. It'll change like that, and then you're fishing another river or you're fishing the North Fork. So if you like this video, I'd highly recommend that you subscribe. I've got over 80 videos, both instructional, some are fun, but most of them are instructional. professional. Others are just, you know, fish porn. Be as it may, if you subscribe, you're going to help me make more videos. And for you new guys out there who haven't fished this river, or you're coming up to Idaho, this should be on your list. And for all you old guys that are not fishing the South Fork, get up there and try it. And if I'm lucky, I'll see you on the river.